Yes, I can hear you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to
How
see you.
how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm really good. Thank you for asking. And can you please tell me what did you do today so far? What did you do?
Today is a weekend, so my family have breakfast and drink coffee
Hmm.
at the coffee shop together, and we went to mom's house for lunch time, and then I come back my house to study with you.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, and can you please tell me what will you do tomorrow? Do you have any, or after this class, what will you do after this class? What is
Uh,
something that you will do after this class?
After this class, I will tie up. I mean, I will drink close caffeine, and I and my daughter will go to the supermarket uh, because some brands have the promotion for a Friday, Black Friday. Just
Black
only
Friday. Uh-huh. Hmm.
window shopping only, no, no money to buy. Uh, so after that, I drop daughter off at Mud Plus.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's all. Very nice. Okay, so this is something that you will do. Okay, very nice. Now we will start. Okay, we have here a really nice lesson about Vietnam. This is
Mm.
really great, in my opinion. Okay, before we continue, I want to ask you, okay, what places can I visit if I want to come to Vietnam? What are some
Uh,
places that I can visit if I want to come to Vietnam?
which province you will come?
No. Generally speaking, if I want to come to Vietnam, so what places can I see? What is something interesting? For example, you are from, where do you live? In which city do you live?
Ho Chi Minh City. I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City. Ho, think
Hmm.
for the traveling, you should visit North Vietnam, some of the province, especially Hạ Long Bay, Sapa, uh, because the weather is not cold for you, but it's good uh, for you and your family. Um, yeah, and you can travel to middle of Vietnam,
Hmm.
uh, Đà Nẵng,
Uh,
uh,
hmm.
Đà Nẵng, Hội An. Beach Vietnam is very beautiful, wonderful.
Hmm.
Yeah, South Vietnam was also, you can travel to some Mekong province
Hmm.
to enjoy with our foods.
Hmm. Okay, interesting. Okay, so our lesson is about Great Vietnam. Just one
Mm.
moment. Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, so we have here, okay, make
Okay.
Vietnam great. Okay,
Ah,
now, okay, now what do you like the most about Vietnamese culture? What is something that you like the most about Vietnamese culture? What do you like?
I like Vietnamese culture is friendly, uh,
Mm-hmm.
friendly,
Mm-hmm.
and we have many kind of foods. Uh, so the foreigner very excited to try uh, to eat our food.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. And
yeah,
what type of the food? What type of the food do you think? Do you think it's popular or uh, nice to eat in your country? What is something that is really popular and nice to eat in your country?
many. Uh, Phở, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
À, bún chả,
What is that?
uh, beef beef noodle, bún bò Huế, many, and cơm tấm, broken rice.
Okay, so this is the type of the food. This is the type of the food that you like the best. Okay, very nice. Okay, and what other places, for example, in Hanoi, or some other places are really nice to see it? Okay, so what other places are really nice to see it?
The province surround Hanoi. I mean Tây Bắc, Tây Bắc, Tây Bắc. Let me check.
Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, so we have here, wow, this is interesting. Okay, so okay, in the first two pictures, when we have this food, can you introduce me? What is in this picture? Number one and number two. What is that?
Phở.
Is this nice to eat? Is a pho nice to eat?
For me, it's okay because I also I this is not my favorite food.
Why? Why?
Don't know. Just only okay. It's okay, but favorite I don't like because it's blank taste.
Okay, so this is something that you don't like to eat. Okay, and can you please
Bánh
tell
mì.
me?
The
Okay,
second one is a bánh mì.
what is that? Can you like a sandwich? Is this like a sandwich or?
Yes, same. Yeah, but many things inside meat and bacon or everything and vegetable and bread. Yeah.
Okay, so you have here some types of the food and places. We have here in another two pictures. We have some places. What places can you see it?
Place Hạ Long Bay, that's I mentioned before. The corner right in under the picture under below the right corner is below is a Hào Hội An, Đà Nẵng place. And the picture is between this is the ritual. This is the same Chinese culture for opening Lunar New Year to greeting to yeah.
Okay, and which of these places do you like more? Places number one or number two? Which one do you like the most?
Place
Yes.
both of them. Yeah,
Okay.
because different style.
Okay, so this is something that can be completely different. Okay.
Yeah, above is North Vietnam and under is middle Vietnam.
Okay, so yes, okay, so we have here different places. Now, okay, now we have here descendant. Okay, descendant. Okay, now we have here descendant. Okay, descendant are people, for example, like your child, someone who, let's say, someone who is after you, who is living after you, like your child, your grandchild. So so this is descendant. Okay. Now,
So it means this is a person is a grandfather or grandmother.
no.
Older.
Okay, so
The person, the first person
Okay, so someone who is living, a person who is related to you and who lives after you. So like you can see your child, grandchild. Okay, so this is your descendant, someone who comes after you. For example, your
After
children,
me, after me.
like your children or your, let's
Oh,
say. Okay, so they are descendant. Okay, so they are descendant. They are after you. Okay, so they live
okay.
after you.
So
So
my daughter also is a descendant.
your son or your daughter. Okay, so they are your descendants. Okay, so they are living after you.
Oh, descendant.
Yes. Okay, so okay, after you, someone who is living after you. So we call these people they are your descendants. Okay, now, and I want to ask you, okay, can you try to make a sentence? Okay, so you have here an example. Just one moment. You have here an example. Can you please read this text? Can you please read this text?
Yeah. Vietnamese people proudly refer themselves as the descendants of the dragon and fairy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now refers. Okay, so for example, that you are your family, your descendants from your, let's say, mm, from your ancestors. Okay, so we have here descendants from dragon and fairy. Can you try to make a sentence with word descendant? Use word descendant and make a sentence. Can you try to make a sentence with word descendant?
Um, I'm thinking
No, it's okay. It's okay.
descendants. Um, everyone also want to make uh, make money
Mm-hmm.
and uh, wish the uh, property 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 that they sell to their descendant
Mm-hmm. Okay.
use can use later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Mm.
there. Okay, so yes, you can do that. Okay, now we have here. Okay, this, I think perseverance is one of the key values that keep Vietnamese people rise to success. Okay, now can you please tell me? Can you describe yourself? Can you tell me something about yourself? What kind of person are you? Okay, do you? Okay, are you confident? Are you look like a confident person? But I want you to tell me, are you a confident person?
I'm not a confident much.
Mm-hmm.
However, I I always remind myself never give up
Mm-hmm.
when I face the challenges.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And when was the last time that you showed confidence? Okay, can you please tell me when was, for example, the last time that you showed confidence, that you felt really strong or powerful? Okay, can you please tell me when was the last time that you showed your confidence?
Uh, I think 1 or 2 years ago, when
Mm-hmm.
I worked in the company that I managed around 20% in during 2 years, because of I have the experience in my professional and I familiar
Mm-hmm.
set up the principle to manage my team. So that's time I have a confidence and powerful when I feel I acknowledge and good understanding my team and my company business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, very nice. Now, sense of community. Okay, now we have here this example. Can you please read this example for us?
It's great to meet a Vietnamese person when you are abroad because it gives a strong sense of community.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give a strong sense of community. This is something, for example, when you meet someone, okay, you know that this person or persons are from Vietnam. You know this, but when you meet them and you feel happy because of this. Okay, so the, this is this is something that can show that you, sense of community, something that shows that okay, you are okay, very proud to see someone else, and you have this sense. Okay, if you, for example, travel abroad and you find and you see someone who is
Mm,
from this country, from your country, and you have
mm,
a sense of community, that means that you have, okay, you're not in Vietnam, but Vietnamese people are there, and you
mm,
have a sense that, yeah, we are here, we are happy.
mm.
Okay, so in which country, I want to ask you, this is something interesting that I want to ask you. In which country, can you please tell me, in which each other country we can find a lot of Vietnamese people? Okay, what are some other countries that you can, we can see a lot of Vietnamese people? So,
Because I have been a few other country, for example, like Singapore, Thailand, Korea,
mhm,
India. Uh, so Singapore and Thailand, I can meet many of the people in the Vietnamese people in that countries, uh, because we are the Asian, so Vietnamese work uh,
mhm.
Singapore and
Okay.
Thailand too much. Mm.
Mhm. Okay, Singapore and Thailand. Okay, very nice. Now, can you try to make a sentence with word sense of community? Use word sense of community and make a sentence.
Uh, is a sentence. When I meet the Vietnamese in other country, I have a sense of community uh, to meet them.
To meet them. Okay, very nice. Now, worship. Mhm. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, now we have here this picture. Can you describe this picture for me? What can you see here in this picture? Can you describe it?
The picture shows this is one of the religion. The last day of all year
Mm-hmm.
before 12 a.m. before
Mm-hmm.
we go to the new day of the New Year's. So we wish uh, health and property for ourselves and family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that can show a worship. Okay, no matter what one religion, almost every Vietnamese family has an altar to worship the ancestors. Okay, so do you have something like this in your home? Like this in this picture? Do you have something like this in your home?
So worship is praise, pray to God.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. For example, you have a strong, something that is strong that is related to you, that you, for example, you show respect to God or gods. Okay, so this is a worship. Okay, so
Mm,
do you have something like this? Let's say
yes,
in your. Mhm.
yeah. When at least 2 times in a month, 2 times a month. For the first day and the mid the first day of month and um, midday of month.
Mhm. Okay. And okay, and can you tell me about your customs? Okay, when you worship, do you have, for example, I want to ask you, do you have like um, I want to ask you, do you have your customs? What are your customs about this? Okay. Do you have any custom, something that you're specifically doing with your family?
Custom.
Custom. Yeah, custom is something that you usually do with your family. Okay, so something that is related to your religion, something that is related to your family. Do you have something like this in your family? Something that is related to you in your family?
Normally, we also worship, huh? Worship. Uh,
Food.
God, no, not God. Yeah,
Okay.
we also implement a few one of a few religion, especially in the Lunar New Year, but just only simple things, not much, but but we also have to do, but symbolic.
Okay. Okay. So this is like a symbol in your country, something like a symbol in your country.
In my
Okay.
family.
Yeah, in your family. Sorry. Yes, I understand this. Okay, now let's see folklore. Okay, traditional stories and the culture of a group of people. This is something that we also have here in my country, but traditional stories. Okay, can you tell me one traditional story, for example, from your country? Something that is related to your country. So can you please tell me, do you have something that is related to your country, some story or something that is related to your country?
Yes. Many.
Okay,
Many.
tell me one interesting story from your culture. One interesting story. Can you tell me one specifically that is from your country?
We also have of folklore, the traditional story that explain uh, explain the why the watermelon uh, appearance in our life. Yeah.
Okay, and why?
Why?
Tell me why. I'm curious. I want to know.
Uh, okay. In uh, okay. I don't know how to explain. The king has many sons, but and one son, and her wife, the family, it means the princess, huh? The prince. Uh, I remember they moved to the Iceland because maybe have a conflict with the king. So and uh, the husband and the wife uh, live on the Iceland from raise no try to to find the food and uh, plant the vegetable for themselves. And some day the bird they eat the seeds of the watermelon, uh, and um, the birds uh, I mean the birds have the seeds in on the Iceland, and the husband plant that seeds, and they have the watermelon. And the watermelon have many they raise and very big, and uh, they can no they They go through on the river, on the sea, go to uh, the landing, same like that. So the king and the people live uh, have no the new food. That is the terminal and request Prince and his wife go back to and so it's blah, 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 I just don't remember that.
Okay. I think that I understand what you want to say. Okay, so yes, okay, and what other stories are there? Any other stories that can be, for example, really interesting for you? Are there any other stories that you like to talk or to speak with someone who is there with you? So, would you like to talk about some other stories? Okay, with you and your family.
They just only have explained about the flooding or uh, the water is rising or explain
Mm-hmm.
explain the foods I said something but they use the folk folklore
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
tell story and the culture of Vietnamese people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is something that can be really interesting about. Okay. Now, okay. So we have here these sentences. Now let's see. Okay. Can you please? Okay. We have here. What are 6 things that all Vietnamese people know to be true? Okay. So what is something that is special about your country? Okay. For example, if, like I mentioned, when I want to come. So what other things can be really special? Not just to see it, to feel it, to come and enjoy. Do you have something that you would like to enjoy to do in your country? So what other things are enjoyable to do? Uh, let's say when I'm in your country. Okay, so what is something also can be really special to do when I'm in your country?
Uh, in my country, Vietnamese work and live is not much stress when we compare with other countries. And we also have diversify our food. I mean, have many kind of food to enjoy, and also have many the coffee shop in the road, uh, and the small restaurant that everybody uh, can um, can have anytime from the early morning to the night. Uh, and Vietnam also have many the province have a wonderful sightseeing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Also many kind of the food of province. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
the
Okay.
expensive the cost is very cheap, not expensive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Mm.
this is something that can be not so expensive. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. So we have here this. Okay. Now this is interesting question. Can you please read this question for us? Okay, and give me your answer.
Yeah. So that's I also mentioned Vietnamese cuisine is very diversified, diverse across the region. That's each of the province they also have different kind of food, rich the flavor, tastes, and nutrition. The people also have a very friendly, willing to help the other people and share everything. Yeah. Uh, we also proud of uh, brave and always fight for the world. Mm, that is unfair. We That's why we independent.
Okay. And what do you like the most about Vietnamese culture? What is something that you like the most about Vietnamese culture?
I think this is a hospitalities.
Okay. And why do you like these things about Vietnamese culture? Why? What is the reason for you to love these things?
Because Vietnam we have many kind of let me check uh, dân tộc nation. We have many nation. However, we also have the same the same way. That is also way be welcome and willing to offer or help other peoples when we meet anywhere or the other country or in the country.
Okay, so this is something that you like. Now let's see. Okay, now we have here interesting thing. Okay, now can you please read this question and give us your answer? Can you please read this question?
Describe an important tradition or festival in Vietnam. I think for my opinion, I think the Lunar New Year is an important tradition in Vietnam.
Okay, and why did you choose Lunar New Year? Why? What is the reason?
Because we have a 5 day Friday for public holiday for Lunar New Year, and this is also the time we we um, we step to the New Year, Lunar New Year. It means what we do in the old year. We live and respect and wish the new the new the new house, the new wish in the new year.
Okay, so wish. Okay, and what is your wish for the next year? What is something that you would like to happen for the next year? Okay, something that you wish that will happen in the next year. Do you have anything that you would like to share with me? Okay, to describe it or to say something that is really important for you. Okay, so what is your wish for the next year?
Uh, uh, for before we step to the new day of the new year, we we have to arrange and tie up and clean the house. In clean the house, it means everything that's bad or not good in the current year. We leave it, we clean, and we will phrase and welcome everything, the new thing in the new year. So, and also I have the worship uh, to pray the gods, uh, the gods, respect the health property for ourselves and family. And the first day we visit parent family or related family to receive and give the lucky money to the children. Yeah, yeah, children and give them the wishing for health, for good education, for blah 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 in the new year.
Okay, so this is something that is related for the Lunar New Year. Okay, very nice. And what lucky money? What this represents? What that means? Okay, lucky money. Can you describe it for me?
We have the envelope red. The red envelope is small, and inside we put money. It's not much, but uh, uh, This is lucky money.
Mm-hmm.
When we give someone and wish and they wish someone and the person receive the lucky money, they will wish you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, give you the good wishing, and they receive. The children also have the money in the new year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Now, let's see. Okay. Oh, this is interesting question. Okay, can you please read this question?
Is there anything from Vietnamese culture may shock or surprise foreigners?
Mhm. Let me now let's see. Okay.
Yes,
So
I think, yeah.
what? Wow, why? What?
Yeah, for about the traffic jam, because for the Vietnam, we haven't got yet the public transportation like metro or something else. So you will face the traffic jam on the rush time. Yeah, motorbike, car, bus, or van in the street. Yeah, and also you can see the woman over the marsh because they afraid of sunshine because we drive the motorbike, so we under the sunshine and also avoid the population. Yeah, so we can see and we don't know, we cannot know who they are because they wear the mask. uh, and some touches to on the street. Mm.
Mhm. Okay.
That's all. Mm.
Mhm. Okay, so this is something that can shock you. Now, this is interesting. Okay, now can you please read this question and give me your answer?
Do you think that a cultural difference can be a barrier?
Mm-hmm.
Bad cultural difference can be a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, for example, sorry, I just want to give you one example. What it means? That means, sorry, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so that means, for example, that uh, if someone wants to marry, for example, I'm from okay from my country. You're from your country. You're from Asia.
Mm.
So that means, for example, is it? Do you think is it culture barrier if let's say like me married to someone who is from Vietnam, girl from
Mm.
Vietnam? So
Mm.
is there any culture barrier? Do
Mm.
you think that can be culture barrier because of this?
I think it's also one of the reason one of the reason that will be the barrier uh, when when we have for the couple different country.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think depends on their mind. They try to learn the culture, each other to
Mm-hmm.
understand and accept any the different. Uh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not one be the barrier if their love is true love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. And what do you think? What do you think about? Can you imagine that you're living somewhere else? Okay, you're in Vietnam.
Mm.
Okay, but can you imagine that, for example, you're living in USA, Canada, Europe, Australia? Can you? What do you think about this? Is this
About
possible? Uh, is it possible, for example, for yourself to live in some other country, to live? That is also culture barrier. Okay, that you live, for example, in some other country or some other place.
Uh, I think the first one is about the language. Language, yeah. If it's not the barrier, I think it's okay for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because we have to we can communicate with other people in the other country. Uh, we don't face any the difficult to of difficult in the language, and we can find looking for the new job and can earn the money and can try to understand what a different culture with our cultures, and we learn, and I think we become the family of in that's a country. So yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
most important we can find the new job and can earn money to
Exactly.
survive.
Exactly. Okay, very nice. I like these answers. These answers are really, really nice. Or really nice to hear it. Okay, so this is something that can be also okay. People can live. Okay, now this is interesting question. Can you please read this question number 2?
And do you agree when in Rome do as the Roman do is
Mm-hmm.
on arrival? Agree
Mm-hmm.
khi
Uh,
của
uh,
Rome. À,
okay. Okay. So that means okay. For example, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay. So what that means? That means, for example, if I move to Vietnam
ừ,
to live in Vietnam, so you
ừ,
have you have some rules that people
ừ,
need to follow. Okay.
ừ, ừ,
And so that means okay, no problem. But for example, if I'm in Vietnam, I will live in Vietnamese rules, something that is related to Vietnam.
ừ,
Okay, so people have these rules. Okay, so we have here these rules, and this is something that can be let's say important for people to live to obey these rules. Okay, so now, do you agree with this?
I agree. I agree because when we live in somewhere or we work in a new environment, we have to comply the regulation or legal. So it means also one of the opinion in when in the Roma we have and we have to do as a Roma do. Just only we can manage in. Uh, modify a little bit about the way we live, the way we live uh, in the new country. For example, if the food is very difficult touch because it's a different culture, but we can cook and we can cook or customize the food same the way we like, so we can survive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we,
So,
we,
so,
we
so yeah, so you can we learn, understand, and avoid any to illegal at that country. Just a,
Mhm.
that's all.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware of that. Okay, and yes, people should do all of these things that you mentioned. If we are here, we need to follow these rules. Okay. Now let's see. And what do you think about for example, like when I ask you about some other country, which country can be suitable for you? So that means I want to ask you, which country do you think that can be really good for you to live in the West? Okay, in the West, not here, but in the West. So what do you think? Okay, so which country that you can live is suitable for you, okay, in the future? Okay, so can you imagine some other country that, for example, that you're living in France, that you're living in England, USA, Canada? So,
Uh, I prefer live in the country have the weather is the same in Vietnam. It's not the extreme as not extreme weather. It's
mhm.
not much cold. It's not much hot. You I I not refer to live. So it means I can live in Singapore, or Thailand, or Korea, but that's a country I can earn the money. I can live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, so and what other countries, for example, are not suitable for you? What other countries are not so suitable for you? Can you
Oh,
please tell?
India.
Mhm. Why?
Yeah.
Why India? Why?
Mm, different, totally
Mhm.
culture.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Totally
And
different culture. Mhm.
the totally different culture, and the food also different.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
How? How can you? What is something that bothers you? For example, if you are in
because
a.
most of the people they are vegan, but they have the vegan food.
Mhm.
They don't have a seafood or beef or chicken or pork, just only chicken or
Mhm.
vegetable because they vegan. Uh, and the flour
Mhm.
that's the flour is the different.
Mhm.
Uh, so the environment and the weather uh, not suitable to me.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So this is something that cannot be suitable for you. Okay. Very nice. And in the end, I want to ask you about okay country that you visited in Asia. Did you visit some country in Asia that you liked the most? Are there any country that you?
Singapore.
Singapore. Singapore.
uh, uh,
Uh, and can you describe what was special about Singapore when you visit Singapore? What was something special about Singapore?
because they have the transportation uh, is convenient for everyone, and they
Okay.
are a small country, and they are the clean country. The food is okay. It's not the different much. Um, mm,
Mm-hmm.
most their food is a Chinese food, so it's not problem for me. Just only one thing. Yeah. Or again, we have to start looking for the job in the Singapore so we can live. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And do you consider that, for example, you can find job there? Do you consider that is it possible for you, let's say, to
No,
find?
no, I don't know because just only in the Vietnam, I also have to maybe face a challenge in Vietnam. So I think if other country also have more challenges. So no, let's see.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So this is something that can be, let's say, convenient for yourself. Okay. And in the end, okay, maybe I will come next year to Vietnam. We will see. Maybe. Okay.
welcome. Yeah, you
I
sure.
think
You have many the people, the Vietnamese students. Do you have
no.
many?
No. As a matter of fact, I have one friend. Okay. I have friends who are from my country, and
Yeah.
they are living in Da Nang.
Ah.
And I have one teacher. She's Vietnamese, and she's living in Ho Chi Minh City. So
Mm.
maybe I will come to Ho Chi Minh. I need to come to Ho Chi Minh City because if I understood correctly, there is no airport or direct flight. I don't have direct flight, for example, from from my country to Da Nang. I don't have direct flight. I need to come first to Ho Chi Minh, and after that, from Ho Chi Minh, I need to go to Da Nang.
Ah. Okay.
So I need to
But
stay sometime 1 or 2 days. I need to stay
uh,
in.
I think if you want to visit the Da Nang, you should go to the Q1 from the January to yeah, from January to
No, I will come on in
July
March.
But
I will come
after
in.
August, it's difficult to visit the Lana because they have many, they face many storm. Yeah.
I will come. I will come in March and April. So if I come, I will come in March and April. I cannot come earlier, but I will come. Yeah, it's
Summer.
in March or April. We will see. We will see. This is something. This is something that can be interesting to see it. And I'm hopefully. I hope that I will arrive and see, because I used to have a lot of classes with Vietnamese students, but and I love Vietnamese people because I didn't know a lot of things about Vietnam
If
3 years ago.
yeah, if you come Ho Chi Minh City, you can contact me to
Of
meet
course,
me. Yeah,
of course,
sure.
I will,
Yeah.
of course. But I have to come. If I understood correctly, I have to come first because there are not direct flight to Da Nang. So probably I have to come, and I probably, and then I will stay 1 or 2 days in Ho Chi Minh. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we can stop here because I don't have any more slides, but
Yeah, yes, yeah,
we
we can.
covered we covered almost everything.
Yes.
So see you tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. So I want to forget again. Yeah,
Okay.
see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye. Next
Bye.
weekend.
Next weekend.